happy thing because I actually like my acts and I think they're going to be okay.
Okay. It's okay to get emotional because, guys, we've been doing this for 4 years plus.
Yes.
We started from the bottom, now we're at the top. All of them started from the bottom now. We're cold, and we all like our acts, and we all like each other. It's going to be a good night.
We're family.
I'm going to send positive energy to you, and then I'm going to squeeze your hand. And then when I squeeze your hand, then you send energy to the next person. You squeeze their hand, we'll make a beautiful chain. And then we're going to say 1, 2, 3, good enough. And then the first Bearcat has to say.
In case I forget to tell you, I had a really nice time tonight.
Okay, so yo.
I'm sorry if I make this go in reverse by accident because of my brain. I can't brain in hand.
You do it! Do it!
Sorry.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, good enough! Yay!
It is now.
Is this the interview for Orthodontia Weekly?
Oh, hello, I'm Rose, and this is...
I'm a little aloofa. Hi, I'm Bearcat Betty.
And we're on behind the set at the lodge for the
HoneyBee Burlesque Show. Hullabaloo.
I have no idea, but I guarantee that it's going to be a good time for all of you fine people. This is a very special HoneyBee Burlesque Show, and do you know why that is? Why? Because it is our 4-year anniversary. That's right, we have been doing this burlesque thing for 4 years now, and for some reason, no one has told us to stop.
Never Stop!
But who am I? I am your master of ceremonies, Commodore Bailey! And so one of the things I realized as I was preparing for this show tonight was that not everyone has seen every single HoneyBee Burlesque show before. And so I'm going to do a little bit of time travel for all of you. And in fact, I am wearing the outfit that I wore at the very first HoneyBee Burlesque show. It was this drab number. That's right, I'm wearing plain black shoes, plain gray pants, this sad faded red jacket, and I thought, I look real good. No, I was sorely mistaken, but you're going to see the progression of Commodore Bailey throughout the evening. So with that said, who here has been to a HoneyBee Burlesque show before? Well, thank you for returning. And who here hasn't been to a HoneyBee Burlesque show before? Well, thank you for coming out. And for any of you, is this your very first burlesque show that you've ever been to? Yeah! It is? Oh, well, thank you. I am honored and privileged to be popping your burlesque chair. Now, with that said, there are a few rules of burlesque, and they're very easy to remember, and they're fun for you to participate in. But before I do that, let me introduce you to our stage kittens. Now, for those of you who don't know, a stage kitten is the person that comes out between the acts, and they pick up the various discarded clothing and accessories that get thrown about. Which means, if for whatever reason someone throws a glove at you, throws a shoe at you, throws their panties at you, do not keep them. No, those are not souvenirs. They will be picked up by the stage kittens. Now that's it. Who are our stage kittens? We've got Cinderfella. And Misery Rain! And it looks like a few people have already acquainted themselves with the rules. That's right. So rule number 1 is cheer loudly and cheer often. That's right. See, the more you cheer, the better we're going to be. So keep that in mind, because we eat that shit up. Now then, rule number 2 is tip often and tip early. That's right. So During any of our performances, feel free to reach into your pocket, pull out them ones, them fives, them tens, them 20s, them 50s, those hundreds, those credit cards, those hotel cards. Feel free to throw those out onto the stage during any of the performances. Now, I will say, Commodore Bailey accepts tips. However, I am unable to pick them up. I am so sorry. Yeah, I don't get a stage kid, so if you want to do something nice for Commodore Bailey, you can buy me a drink or fuel me up after the show. Anyway.
You're what?
You might get an Emmy.
You need to pick an anchor name.
An anchor name. Oh, I don't know.
This is actually kind of nice
What would
because
the-
I'm cold and it's a bit
How
like
about
a
Betty
blanket.
Bearcat? Is that good? Does that
Big
sound more
Scoop
professional?
Betty.
What?
Big Scoop Betty.
Big Scoop Betty. Okay. Are you ready?
That's really is there for me. Oh.
Are these all the outtakes?
So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Commodore Bailey. Oh, wait.
Hi, I'm Big Scoop Betty. We're back here with Commodore Bailey. Now you can introduce yourself.
That's right, this is me, Commodore Bailey, coming right at you.
I see your breath. Are you cold? Perhaps a bit chilly?
Oh no, I'm not cold, just my breath.
All right, Commodore, we have one very important question specifically for you. Exactly how many pieces of flair do you have now?
Oh, goodness. The ones that I have equipped or in total?
How about you?
Because,
Let's go with either.
alright. Well, the equipped number of flares,
I don't know if she's made it.
and I made a mistake with my suspenders just recently. I put them on a dressing room
But still.
used by drag queens, and of course now they're covered in foundation. So that's a thing. However,
As long as you blend, I think it's okay.
oh no, I lost one just now. Oh shucks.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Take that out.
Anyway, I think I'm up to about
And they just sprinkle some cheese on it.
about a baker's dozen.
And which one's your favorite?
My favorite, the most recent one, this crest that Lady Blady bought for me. This is my biggest and grandest pieces of flair that I've ever gotten.
How did the flair get started?
One time we were going shopping for various costume parts, and I had seen this drunk octopus sitting out somewhere. It was like a costume shop type of thing. And I said, I gotta get this octopus like on me. So I decided to put it on my suspenders because I didn't wear a jacket at the time. And so at that point, I started to fill out the suspenders because he looked lonely. And then it just became a whole entire thing.
They're beautiful. So how much of you is Commodore Bailey and how much of Commodore Bailey is you? Or are you completely different characters in real life?
No, it's about 90-10. I want to say there's 10% of Commodore Bailey that isn't me, or vice versa. But otherwise, we are pretty interchangeable. I think Commodore Bailey tells worse jokes than I do, but other than that, I think we're the same person.
Thank you.
You
Worth here.
Yep.
That, like,
So what got you interested in doing this?
But sometimes
I was kind of involved in the body positivity community. Right around, like that was when I started focusing on that. Basically, right before this troupe got founded, and I had known Robin from Derby, and so their first like official HoneyBee Burlesque show in 2014, I went to with my boyfriend, and so I was like, well, it's probably gonna be cool, you know. It's like we're all packed into a sweaty room in Frederick. What's not fun about that? I love sweating in Frederick. So after the show,
we were happy if 30 of our friends and family showed up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you guys did a good job. 90 people showed up.
Yeah.
We weren't expecting 90 people to be in the attic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Robin comes up to me after the show and she says, when are you gonna start? And I was like,
Oh no.
yes? Is everything okay?
Hey,
So,
guess what? It's okay. I had a metal object hit me in my open eye.
your open eye. So basically, the next show that they had was in April, and I kind of stepped in, and I was, you know, like taking tickets at the door, and then I helped out with one of Pepperjack's acts. And after that, they were basically like, okay, you're willing to do work for us and not get paid. Do you want to do an act now? And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. And since then, it's just kind of been like my platform for
Stop
like
putting it on that.
my platform for putting like the body positivity stuff that I'd like to get out there, because I'm terrible at blogging and being on Twitter. So this is the easiest way for me to be like, you can be fat, sexy, and it's awesome.
So what's body positivity? What is it?
Oh. Johnny is like, she's our,
love yourself.
she's our queen and dean of body positivity. She's the reason why that I have the ability to go out without a corset now. It's all
So
because of her.
essentially, to me, body positivity is like just being comfortable with yourself as you are. You know, it's about a healthy and sane way of looking at your body and not being overly critical of yourself, because all of our bodies are different, but all of our bodies are beautiful. So whatever shape you're in, there's not a reason that you can't look at yourself and go, yeah, this is all right. You know, it may not be exactly what I want. I'm allowed to have goals if I want to change, but this is me, and I'm okay. Like, I love me. And then in doing that, people around you realize that it's okay to love themselves too. And I think that's why it's so important. Like, if one fat girl leaves the show, or if one any person leaves the show and feels better about themselves and feels like they can, do incredible things with their body, just as it is, I think that's the most important thing to me.
So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Scarlett Ropeburn. I've been with HoneyBee Burlesque for a little more than a year. Yep.
And what got you started?
I came to a show. I actually came to a pre-Pride party, and I didn't know burlesque was happening during the drag show. And when I saw Lady Blady and Bearcat Betty, I was like, "It me!" I was like, "Oh my god!" I feel like it was electric almost. Like I found my tribe, and as soon as we like met after the show, it was love at first sight, really. I mean, it was like, oh, you guys feel all the same things that I feel, and that sort of thing. So it was really cool. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Is it glitter or are your eyes wet?
Don't cry, Robin. I know.
Here, like 4 nights out of the week, practicing or doing a show or hosting karaoke or whatever. So, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, because, I mean, look at me. I get to be someone completely different all the time, and I love it. I'm pretty much like the chameleon. Most of the time when I do a show, nobody knows it's Scarlett Ropeburn. So, which I guess is bad for branding, but yeah.
Do you have any background in dancing or anything like that?
I was in color guard. I don't know if that counts. Just like some very basic like ballet kind of steps and that sort of thing. But I also cut a rug on the dance floor like nobody's business. So that's where most of my dancing, I think, is from.
So who are you tonight?
I'm Lily LeCue, but I'm also going as Tank Girl. She's a badass post-apocalyptic rebel Just like me, in my dreams.
I'm so pretty.
And how long have you been doing this?
I'm actually the founding member of HoneyBee Burlesque, so I've been with them since the very beginning, so 4 years, yeah.
And what kind of background do you have?
I've been dancing my whole life, really. I did everything all throughout high school. I did dance company, I've done jazz, I've done hip hop, I've done ballet, I've done taps, I've done tap, I've done contemporary, lyrical. Now I've just recently gotten into aerial dancing, which has been quite an adventure so far. And I haven't broken any bones, so far so good. But I hope to incorporate that into my burlesque eventually soon as well. But I've only been doing burlesque for 4 years, so.
I've got like it's like.
Oh, go ahead and ask that again.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of burlesque?
The fact that it's just like really empowering to me, like, all throughout high school, I dealt through a whole buttload of freaking self-confidence issues and insecurities. I was kind of just envied like women with like bigger boobs and bigger butt. I was just kind of hated myself. I didn't feel like I was like a woman because I didn't have a lot of curves. To me, like a woman at the time, well, when I was in high school, was like a woman who had a lot of curves and was just beautiful. And I don't know, I could go on, but being with burlesque is just like, it's such a celebration of like all different body types, and it really just is like all inclusive, and it makes you feel like you're like empowered and worth it, and you deserve to be out there and showing your shit.
How do you feel, or do you feel, that burlesque has changed your regular life? Or how has it infused?
It's definitely helped with my social anxiety because I'm like the kind of person that goes to a party and just like sits in the corner and pets all the cats and plays with the dog. So being with HoneyBee Burlesque and kind of just picking up on everyone else's like social interactions and like people coming up to me after shows, talking to me, like that stuff has really helped bring me out of my own shell, and so that in real life, especially in my job and everything, I can be more of a personal person.
Sorry, I'm asking you like all the complicated
Go
questions.
ahead.
So what's the most personal moment that you've had on stage that you put into one of your acts?
When what's her face did the anvil?
That is a hard question.
That's what I do.
That's a doozy right there. I have to say my feral hearts routine was just like, the whole concept of that routine is kind of just represents like growth and strength, because I've dealt with a lot of like mental health issues, and it made me hit rock bottom several times in my life, and so like that's the routine feral hearts is about like this is what burlesque has done for me. I've like kind of grown into like a big giant strong tree, and I can take on anything. But just kind of opening up myself like that and sharing that kind of personal information with like a bunch of strangers was like liberating. And
Burleque, do you have spiritual painting? I have a couple, because I forgot to pack mine.
Spank me, lick me, do it. But if this poetry should continue, just shoot me now,
Scoop Betty here with Dennis the Menace, our basically permanent stagehand forever. Dennis, can you tell us a little bit about stagehanding?
Well, it's very, very exciting. We're on brain killers off the ladder. So let me go. Okay.
Tell us a little bit about stagehanding.
Well, it's really demanding.
Wait, you're talking.
It's really demanding work. It's I have to sometimes pick things up, and then I have to like this.
Do you have to also put them down?
Sometimes I have to put them down. It's true.
Ever more than one thing at a time?
Yeah, sometimes. And then sometimes I'll pick up clothes. So it's really demanding.
So you're like a laundress? Do you ever put the clothes into a laundry basket?
Not into a laundry basket, but into a big ass white bucket sometimes.
A big ass bucket. Is it a 5-galloner?
I don't know, it's kitty litter size?
Did it formerly hold pickles?
It may have, it very well may have.
So what's the most difficult proppage you've had to handle? Besides
Honestly-
yourself, obviously.
Honestly, it's probably the glass. That stuff's heavy.
All of my cumbersome shit. Got that. Okay, noted.
No, it's good. Keeps me,
So the
keeps me trim.
sideshow stunts, props, which are actually dangerous.
Yes.
Okay.